Right? So, the one I haven't told you about yet, the floor. I need to back up, give you the layout. This was a 4-star property downtown. I won't say which city, you'll understand why. 200 rooms across 18 floors. First 2 floors were lobby, restaurant, conference space. Guest rooms started on 3 and went up through 18. 12 rooms per floor on the lower levels, 13 on the upper floors where they squeezed in a few kings. I knew that building the way you know your own kitchen. Every supply closet, every ice machine, every stairwell door that's stuck in the humidity. 11 years I worked there, night manager. My shift started at 11 p.m. and ended at 7 a.m., 5 nights a week. The night audit is the backbone of every hotel's day. You're closing out the books. The PMS, Property Management System, rolls the business date at around 2-3 in the morning. You post room charges, reconcile folios, balance the day's revenue against what the front desk collected. It's accounting, mostly. Methodical. You run your reports, you check your numbers, and the numbers always make sense, because that's what numbers do. This was a Tuesday. Quiet house. We were running maybe 70% occupancy, which for a midweek night was about right. Convention business had cleared out Monday. A few corporate extended stays on the upper floors, a handful of walk-ins, some airline crew on contract rate in a block on 6. Nothing unusual. I started the audit at 2:15 a.m., pulled the preliminary room status report, cross-referenced the housekeeping log from the PM shift, and began posting charges. Standard. I could do it with my eyes closed. The occupancy figure was the first thing that caught me. The report showed 203 rooms occupied. I stared at it. 203. The hotel had 200 rooms. I do not mean it was close to 200. I mean the physical building contained exactly 200 guest rooms. That's what we sold. That's what the fire marshal's certificate said. That's what our rack rate sheet listed, 1 through 200. I ran the report again. Same number. 203. I assumed it was a software glitch. We'd had PMS issues before. Duplicate reservations, phantom folios left over from system migrations. It happens. So I sorted the occupied rooms by floor to find the extras. Floors 3 through 18 tallied up perfectly. Every occupied room matched a real guest, a real folio, a real key card activation. 200 rooms accounted for. But at the bottom of the list, below floor 18, there were 3 additional entries. Room 1903, guest name Aldrich Peter, checked in at 4:17 p.m., rack rate $189 a night, visa ending in 3341, single king non-smoking. Room 1907, guest name Chen Margaret, checked in at 6:02 p.m., AAA discount rate $142, had requested extra towels and a 6 a.m. wake-up call. Room 1912, guest name Voss R, no first name, just the initial. Comp room, $0 rate, D&D indicator active since check-in, no charges on the folio, no credit card authorization on file. There is no floor 19. The building has 18 floors. I have ridden that elevator 1,000 times, and the buttons go from L to 18. That's it. I pulled the day shift log. Nothing. No record of checking in anyone named Aldrich, Chen, or Voss. No walk-in entries, no reservation confirmations, no notes. The PM shift front desk agent had gone home at 11. I called her cell, woke her up. She didn't recognize any of the names. I called our IT support line. The tech remoted into the PMS server. He could see the same 3 folios. Looks like valid reservations to me, he said. I told him those rooms didn't exist. He said the data looked clean. Proper timestamps, authorization codes, the works. He suggested I contact the vendor in the morning. Then he hung up. I sat there at the front desk looking at those 3 folios. They were perfect. Every field filled in, the formatting was right, the rate codes were right, the authorization timestamps fell within normal check-in windows. Miss Chen's wake-up call was queued in the system for 6 a.m. 3 hours and 40 minutes from now. The system was going to try to ring a telephone in a room on a floor that did not exist. And that's when I decided to go upstairs. I grabbed the master key and the passkey card, the one that overrides every lock in the building. Told the bellman I was doing a floor walk, which wasn't unusual. Night managers walk floors. You check for prop doors, noise complaints, trays left in hallways. Routine. Elevator to 18. Walk the corridor. Everything normal. Dim sconce lighting, a few D&D signs, one room service tray outside 1814. Normal hotel, normal night. Then I took the stairwell. I had used that stairwell hundreds of times. Fire drills, elevator outages. The stairs stop at 18. There's a landing, a fire extinguisher cabinet, and a wall. That night they didn't stop. One more flight. Same poured concrete, same metal railing, same yellow step edges. At the top, a fire door. Standard push-bar door with the wired glass window, stenciled in black letters, EAM. I stood there. I won't pretend I wasn't unsettled. But I spent 23 years solving problems at 2 in the morning. A floor that shouldn't exist is a problem. You don't solve problems by standing in stairwells. I pushed through. Same hallway, same carpet, dark burgundy with the gold diamond motif from the '01 renovation. Same sconce lighting, same brushed brass room number plates, rooms 1901 through 1920, room 1903. Mr. Aldrich, rack rate, $189 a night. The system said he'd checked in 9 hours ago. I knocked. Front desk, good evening. Protocol, you always identify yourself. No answer. I waited, knocked again, nothing. Master key, green light. The room was lived in. Rolling suitcase by the closet, half unzipped. Toiletries on the bathroom counter. Razor, Barbasol, toothbrush. Bed turned down, pillow dented like someone had been lying there and gotten up. TV on, muted, showing a channel I didn't recognize. Not static, some kind of program with colors that were wrong. Oversaturated. Minibar open, 2 small Johnny Walker Reds missing from the rack, except it was cold. Not the air conditioning, thermostat read 72. This was different, the kind of cold you feel in rooms that haven't been opened in years. I went to the window, east-facing. Should have been the downtown skyline, the parking structure, the expressway. From this window, nothing. Not nighttime, not sky. Absence, like looking at a place where outside hadn't been built yet. My reflection was visible in the glass, but behind it just flat, depthless black. I left. Auto lock engaged behind me. Room 1907, Miss Chen. The towels. She'd requested extra towels at check-in. There they were. 4 white bath towels, folded and stacked on the counter. The way housekeeping does it. Someone had carried towels to a floor that doesn't exist and stacked them exactly the way we train staff to stack them. A AAA membership card sat on the nightstand beside the alarm clock. I didn't touch it. Then the bathroom mirror. It showed the room behind me, as mirrors do. But not the same room, same layout, same bed position, but the wallpaper was faded, peeling at the seams. The furniture was heavier, darker, the kind of heavy oak pieces you'd find in a motor lodge. The bedspread was thick brown wool, the kind hotels used in the '70s. The carpet was flat industrial, a color that might have been green once. And someone was sitting on the bed, in the reflection. A figure on the edge, facing away from me, shoulders hunched, not moving. I did not turn around. I walked out looking straight ahead, let the door close behind me, stood in the hallway outside 1912, Mr. Voss's room, and looked at the D&D sign on the handle. I pulled up his folio on my handheld terminal. The check-in date, March 3rd, 1987. The hotel opened in 1994. Mr. Voss checked in 7 years before the building existed. D&D means do not disturb. That's policy, not a suggestion. You don't enter a D&D room unless there's a safety concern or a direct order from management. I was management, 3 impossible rooms on a non-existent floor qualified. I overrode the D&D, master key, green light, pushed the door open. Room 1912 was dark, not unlit, dark. The way a room is dark when darkness is the substance filling it. I found the switch plate, flipped it, the overhead buzzed, flickered, held. Standard room, king bed, made perfectly, hospital corners, decorative runner, 4 pillows in the diamond pattern, housekeeping uses for fresh arrivals, not slept in, no luggage, no toiletries, minibar closed and stocked, fresh ice bucket on the credenza, empty, the way they always are for a new turn. But the phone on the nightstand was off the hook. The handset lay on its side, cord stretched across the pillow. A sound came from it, not a dial tone. Lower, a hum, like electrical panels or transformer boxes. It had been off the hook long enough for the please hang up tone to come and go. And on the desk, centered precisely, was a printed night audit report. Our template, our header, tonight's date, my name in the night auditor field. I picked it up. Pant. It was a narrative. First person. It described my shift, the room count discrepancy, the 3 folios, my call to IT, my walk up the stairwell, room 1903, the empty window, room 1907, the mirror, the figure on the bed. It described me standing in room 1912, reading a night audit report. Everything I had done, in order, printed on paper, already there when I opened the door. The last line, he picks up the phone. The door closed behind me. Not slammed, the hydraulic arm catching the weight, easing it shut, the auto lock engaging with that soft click. Then the deadbolt. I heard it turn from outside. My master key operates the main lock. It doesn't operate the deadbolt from inside. That's by design, a guest side control. But it had engaged from the hallway side, which is not something deadbolts do. The D&D sign was on the inside handle now. I'd seen it outside when I walked in. Now it hung on the inside. As if I were the guest, the phone hummed. I picked up the handset. The hum stopped. A click, then a voice. My voice. Front desk, good evening. How may I assist you? I didn't speak. Mr. Voss? My own voice, patient, professional, the tone I used with guests for 23 years. Your checkout has been flexible. We appreciate your patience, but we do ask that all guests settle their folio before departure. A pause. Whenever you're ready, sir, we're here all night. The line went dead. The lights went out. Not flickered, went out. The darkness came back. That same depthless black from 1903's window. Not the absence of light, the absence of everything. I got out. I won't tell you how because I don't understand it myself. I was in that room, in the dark, and then I was in the stairwell on 18. There's a gap. I've made my peace with the gap. I reached the front desk at 5:40 a.m. PMS showed 200 rooms occupied. No floor 19 reservations. No Aldrich, no Chen, no Voss. The folios were gone. The system had no record they'd ever existed. At 6 a.m., the wake-up call triggered. Miss Chen's request, room 1907, 6 a.m. The log recorded it as delivered, no answer. The system called a room on a floor that wasn't there, and it connected, and nobody picked up. I checked the stairwell at dawn. Stairs stopped at 18, landing. Fire extinguisher cabinet, wall, no door, no floor 19. I finished my shift, filed my audit report, the real one, with numbers, 200 rooms. Put in my notice the next morning. My GM asked why. I told him I was tired. The hotel still operates. I won't say the name or the city, but I think about the night auditor there now, whether the count always comes out right, whether they ever see entries at the bottom of the list that shouldn't be there. And Mr. Voss, check-in March 3rd, 1987, no checkout date, comp room,